Hello and welcome back to Ultimate Marble Racing Season 4. We're here with Race 9. New week, first race of the week. 2 races as always. And Race 9 is Competitive Flat Race by Burgerman42. See a few people have been chatting away. Wheatman saying last place. But not far, we're not looking at big point differences here. Still plenty to catch up, and plenty of races left to do that. I see you updated the track list, so we can see, yes, I did update the track list, so it's actually showing properly. It was a little bit annoying before, so we do have all 32 visible now. You can see your very own Marble GP Malaysia there at track 31. Just before the classic red rings finish as always. So to go through the current standings, we have Pesky Bird leading with 191 points, Demon in second with 187, Moo in third with 170, Fludes in fourth with 153, Alfonso in fifth with 145, Eggbot in sixth with 131, Luna in seventh with 126, Iceman in eighth, tied with Sage with 123, and then Azur in 10th with 122 to make the top 10. Below that we have Stormy, Boer, Jimmy, Superboss, Cheese, Shady, and then Weep. But let's head over to the first track of the stream, Competitive Flat Race. So here we are at the track. As you can see, a very flat race indeed, as is the title. We'll head over to the start line. Oh no, not this one. Pesky Bird's not ready for this. We're going to load everyone in. Of course, Eggbot starting at the back with the win on the last race of last week, and Iceman starting up at the front after an unfortunate series of events. A classic, but my least favourite classic. How many boosts are needed for a flat race? An interesting concept. Yeah, as you can see, there's not much. There's one jump, and apart from that, it's pretty flat. We will look around the track in just a second, but of course the DNF predictions, let's get them started. So I'm going to start a prediction like usual, 1 minute to put in your predictions starting from now. So 15 laps. We'll have a quick run around while people can put in their predictions and gamble their eggs, their well-earned eggs. So you can see there's a few obstacles around, a little jump in the middle. Spinner on that hairpin there. Some triangles through this section which could get a few people. Could slow a few people down, and then we have these domes. There is a risk you can get stuck on these. But they can also slow you down quite a bit if you hit one in the wrong way. So fairly straightforward track. Obstacles dotted here and there, plenty of opportunities for overtaking, getting slowed down, and a couple of spaces to get stuck, but not too many. So Pesky Bird says usually there are like 0 to 3, going 1. Wheatman, wish it wasn't country locked, I can't predict with eggs. It is unfortunate. There are some rules for some countries, which means they can't predict with their eggs. However, they can still win eggs if they get the prediction right and other people have predicted their eggs, so win-win if you do get it right. But yeah, very unfortunate. So the prediction timer has ended. Hopefully everyone got their predictions in and we can get the race started. 15 laps. Let's get this going. As it counts down. Final light. And they're off. Slow start to get going. And Boer is going to take a lead, maybe a little bit too slow. Speed it up a little bit here. So Boer's gone right up into the lead. Iceman dropping a lot of positions at the start there. Poor start for Iceman. Dropping to almost the back there with Super Boss. But a good start by Boer and Weep. Iceman not happy, but it is only lap 1. There are 15 laps. There is plenty that can happen. We always see that in these races. Stormy dropped a few positions after a strong start as well. Weep dropping a few there. Stormy with a good lunge just now. Boer followed by Fludes, Shady, Cheese, Stormy and Weep. So everyone over the jump. Still grouped together. Iceman trailing a little bit at the moment. Might be preserving some energy for later in the race. And Fludes has moved up to first as Boer drops down to 4th. Going through these spinning triangles, this is where you can get really slowed down. Stormy with a great line through there is going to break away in the lead. Cheese in 2nd, Weep in 3rd, Boer in 4th, Sage in 5th coming out of that section. Further back we've got Jimmy, Superboss, Eggbot, Demon, Moo and then Iceman. Going through to the domes. Stormy getting caught up on a few of them, struggling a bit more on these obstacles. Means Cheese is going to go up into the lead. It has not been a great season performance so far for Iceman. I can agree on that one. It's been a bit rough. At least the past few races have been. See if anyone gets a good line through here. And Fludes has managed to drop all the way to the back after fighting up at the front. Been a disaster on lap 2 for Fludes. And Luna currently at the back of the pack. Superboss making their way up currently in front of Jimmy. Making a lunge past Alfonso and Pesky, but a great move by Superboss. Trying to make their way through the pack of racers here. Gain some positions after a bit of a rough start. Looking for those opportunities to overtake, and as though with a big hit on the wall is going to cost some time. See Cheese over, good lead at the moment with Sage just behind. The Doge Bulls trying to put in the work on this race. Word just behind in 3rd, then Weep and Stormy side by side. Stormy's going to block Weep off on the corner. Superboss looking for an opportunity around Shady. Jimmy getting slowed down there. Pesky is going to leap up the inside and gain a few spots. And Eggbot, Moo and Iceman have made their way a little bit further up through the positions. And through the triangles. Iceman's going to jump a few positions. Jimmy getting slammed against the wall. It's a good job these walls are reinforced to try and reduce marbles going off. Around the domes, Cheese is going to be leading, Weep in 2nd, Stormy in 3rd, Boer in 4th. And it is chaos further back as everyone is piling up together, fighting for every position. But Shady in 6th, Iceman has come up to 7th, Azur in 8th, Superboss in 9th, Moo in 10th. Going into the spinners, everyone grouping up. Pesky Bird has a rough hit there, and that's going to be a big slowdown. But Pesky Bird at the back by quite a bit, trying to get going again. Getting back up to the front, Boer's up into 2nd. Quite the battle going on up at the front now. Going into the hairpin spinner. Boer tries to make a lunge on Cheese, but it's not enough. Cheese is just too quick at the moment. But can they keep the consistency all the way through to the end? There are quite a few laps still to go. Big hit on the wall there for Jimmy is going to slow down Alfonso and let Iceman through. Maybe a tactical play for the Icebreakers, holding back the 2 of the members of the Green Slushies. Oh, but a rough turn by Jimmy. It's chaotic. There's a lot of contact going on there, but does keep hold of the position, trying to block Alfonso off as they're dropping behind Fludes. So some quite aggressive racing going on. A lot of contact between racers, and Stormy is hunting down Cheese up ahead and makes the pass going into the dome section. And the green slushies all piling in together there, taking Sage out and slowing them down. And will now be chasing down the two Icebreaker members of Jimmy and Iceman. Shady forcing Iceman out of the way. Now pushing Jimmy, and Iceman's going to come back in and fight back and get that position right back off Shady. Just some aggressive play between the two teams here. Jimmy passing Bush, Shady passing Iceman. Azur's got an inside line as well, also pass Iceman. Iceman with a better line into the next corner will reclaim the spot from Azur. Doesn't quite get past Shady. Buer's being held up there though by Jimmy. There's some counter there by Jimmy, Shady and Buer. So quite chaotic at the moment. Up at the front we've got Stormy leading, Weep in second, Cheese in third, and Superboss, I was going to say in fourth, but just made a great lunge up the inside of Cheese to get third. Cheese fighting back and does make it work. Both of them now closing in on Weep. Cheese with some good speed around this corner. And Jimmy still holding Shady back, also pushing Buer back. Jimmy is playing quite a defensive game here, allowing the top four to break away but keeping everyone else behind them. Jimmy is not letting anyone past. Now further back we've got Fludes, Moo, Luna, Pesky Bird, Eggbot, and then Demon, who is very far back right now, is not having a good race. Up at the front, Stormy and Cheese are battling it out for that number one spot. Superboss currently with the fastest lap in third. Jimmy in front of Weep now. And Iceman taking a bit of a fall, I'm guessing in all the chaos with the green slushy team members. Iceman's been set back a bit. Sage getting caught up on one of the domes. Iceman will get through. Going up to the front though, crossing the line onto lap 5. Stormy's breaking away. Bit of a slowdown in the spinners. Weep's going to come through and take that third position. Superboss going to claim the position back from Jimmy. And then Buer being hunted down by Azur and Shady. And then we have Fludes followed by Alfonso. And Demon still trailing by quite a bit. Bit of a slow corner there. So you can see in the background everyone piling into the spinner on the hairpin. Buer with a rough line is going to get passed by Fludes. Weep and Superboss with a collision. Weep's now going to be right behind Cheese. We'll be looking for a way to get past. Gap not quite small enough yet. Heading into the triangle section. It's another good line by Stormy, just extending that lead. Weep through really well as well, but Cheese having some difficulties. Means Weep's going to secure second. Jimmy's going to be in third, Superboss in fourth, Cheese down to fifth now. And going past the domes. Cheese getting past Superboss, playing a bit of a block play there, some defensive blocking. Azur doing the same against Buer. Alfonso hitting one of the domes. Fludes is going to come through and break away from Alfonso and Shady. Iceman getting blocked by Moo. Moo's slowly climbing the ranks here as well. And they have Eggbot Pesky Bird, Luna, and then Demon. Back up at the front. Stormy is being chased down by Wheat. And Wheat looks like they're closing the gap. See if Stormy can hold them off or not. Cheese is just behind Superboss. Try to go for a lunge around, but bad timing ends up slowing Cheese down even more. See the gap now between Stormy and Wheat. Really close. Into the spinner. It's a slowdown for Wheat with a collision. Superboss, Cheese, Jimmy and Azur battling it out together as well. Coming round the corner, it's going to be Superboss, followed by Jimmy, followed by Cheese, followed by Azur. Then we have a bit of a gap. Back to Blur, Shady, Fluids, Moo, Alfonso, Sage, Iceman, and Eggbot. Iceman encountering some more problems and dropping a few positions again. Stormy just trying to hold consistent, keep Weep back up at the front. Trying to keep hold of that first place. Superboss still holding a fastest lap. Although as I say that, I'm sure someone's going to take that away without me realising within the next lap or two, because that seems to happen quite a bit. Heading into the spinners, there's a big hit there between Blur and Fluids, quite the collision. Fighting it out for positions here. Fluids looking for a way past Moo, but not quite finding it yet. And Moo also looking for a way past Alfonso. Meanwhile, we can also see Cheese chasing down Azur. A lot of contact here between the racers fighting for position, and Weep has got past Stormy up at the front. Weep is the new race leader. Coming around to Stormy's strongest section, the triangles. We'll see if they stay consistent this time around. And Stormy is quicker through there than Weep and will reclaim that #1 spot. But Weep staying right behind Stormy, not going to give it up that easily. Going through the domes. Weep with a bit more speed there, but is going to get blocked. And heading round to lap 8. Stormy will still be holding the lead. Quite a strong race so far. It's a bad hit by Weep on the spin. There's going to be a massive slowdown, and Stormy is going to storm away in the lead. Superboss in third, still holding that fastest lap. Cheese with a bit more speed coming into the corner, but Superboss is going to block Cheese out, keeping them in fourth. Azur in fifth. Alfonso in sixth with Wood just behind Jimmy with a big lunge there. Shady getting around Moo as well. Looking for a way past Jimmy, but not finding it yet. Moo does manage to squeeze past in the tight section there, but Shady's going to fight back. So 8 laps in out of 15, and it's still quite chaotic. Azur with a big hit on the corner means Alfonso's going to look for a way around the outside, but doesn't quite make it work, not enough speed. Over the jump. We're trying to find a way past Jimmy, but not quite getting it yet. We'll have to stay behind. Jimmy's going to go down the outside lane around. Alfonso's going to get blocked slightly. Chaos through the triangles. There's going to be Cheese coming out of the front. Word just behind. Alfonso's going to get around Azur there with the collision on the wall. And then Fludes, Jimmy, Shady, Moo and Sage. All still very close together. And Cheese getting stuck on one of the domes. A little nudge from Fludes there. Up at the front though, Weep has managed to get past Stormy. And is now leading. Pesky Bird and Luna having some trouble through the domes as well. And Demon still trailing behind. Let's head up to the battle up at the front. Weep now trying to hold Stormy back. Stormy proving to be very quick around this track. Went AFK in P7, now back at P14. See, I'm starting to think it might be whenever you stop watching. You see, you're dropping. We'll go with that one. The Weep and Stormy really battling out up at the front. A lot of contact. It's been quite a contact-filled race, this one. A lot of aggression. You're present for the whole stream last time. Then I don't know what to say. I guess it's what happens when you come off such a dominant season. Hasn't quite carried through to this one. Because everyone else is putting so much more work in to try and put a halt to the dominance of the two icebreakers from last season. And Weep is breaking away now, extending the lead. Stormy could be at risk here from Superboss and Alfonso. Gonna have to keep the pace up. Has a great move around the outside, getting back past Weep. Just as I was about to say, Stormy might be losing momentum coming to the later parts of this race. Just proving me wrong, straight back up into the lead. Bad hit off the spinner though. Weep's going to come through, but Stormy will have a line through the middle. A bit more speed than Weep. And Superboss will be leading once again, with Weep just behind. And Superboss is gaining with all this battling going on. At least Jimmy is decent. Hold the ice flag up. So far feels only one of us can do well in a given race. It's been a rough one this season. It is still early though. I'll keep saying it. It's still early. Who knows what can happen? And Weep leading again. Stormy now has Superboss just behind, but with the collision is going to slow both of them down. Then we have Alfonso, Fludes, Boer, Shady, Jimmy, and then Cheese. Lap 10 of 15. Both in the top 5 would be cool. That would be big points. And Superboss is now right behind Stormy and Weep. This could get interesting coming up to the end of the race. Alfonso joining as well. This one would be nice for me because I'm currently at the bottom of the list. It would be a great point boost. You'll have to keep up the momentum through the final section of the race. This could pull you out of that last place. Pull you out of the slump. Now you've gone and jinxed it. Hey, we love our jinxing here. I don't think I've been as bad this season or last season. I think my jinxing may have toned down a bit. But Superboss making an overtake on Stormy. Stormy's now down to 3rd after such a strong race so far. And Superboss lunging past Weep. Stormy trying to do the same, but Weep blocks them off. And again, lots of contact going on. Lots of bumping, fighting for position. Oh, it probably will get worse now. We'll have to wait and see. It's everyone's favourite part. Waiting till I say how well they're doing just to fall off. But Superboss, still with the fastest lap, is now leading. Weep down to second, Alfonso in third, and Stormy now down to fourth. And Weep's going to fight back, reclaiming that #1 spot. Oh, a big hit by Eggbot there. Is going to get passed by Sage Moo as well. Almost getting overtaken by Luna, but does block Luna back. Got a bit of a fight going on back there as well. Moo, Luna as Iceman, and Peskybird just behind. And Demon still trailing. Has not been a great race for Demon. Going into the domes, let's see what happens between Superboss, Weep, and Stormy. Alfonso dropping back slightly. Weep's going to block Stormy there, putting Stormy back at risk from Alfonso. But Alfonso with a bad line. It's going to be a massive slowdown. Big time loss there. And Superboss just in front of Weep, coming on to lap 12 and into the spinners. Weep's got a bit more pace. It's going to come out on top into turn 1. Stormy with a bit more pace than Superboss as well, but it's not enough to do anything about it. And Jimmy has taken the fastest lap after Superboss holding it for so long. Jimmy has managed to take it. That will be an extra point, and every point matters. That's if Jimmy can keep hold of that fastest lap. With how long it took for someone to take off Superboss, it must be a strong lap. But Weep breaking away up at the front, trying to make a gap from Superboss and Stormy. Very strong top 3 here. Alfonso's dropped back. Then we've got Jimmy and Cheese. Then Shady, Boer, and Fludes. Eggbot with another massive hit on the wall is going to cost a few places. Wish the game showed a fastest lap leaderboard. Could be interesting. It would be quite cool to see what the fastest lap was. And maybe, yeah, be able to bring up a leaderboard that does show everyone's fastest lap. A bit like a racing game. Maybe a suggested feature. Superboss leading Stormy into second, Weep in third, Alfonso gaining again in fourth. Saw Fludes having some trouble on one of the domes there as well. The top 4 still battling it out on lap 13. Slowly approaching the end of the race now. And Alfonso with a big lunge, they go 3 wide through there. Weep's going to come out on top. Stormy just blocking Alfonso. He's going to keep playing defensive. So Superboss trying to break away while the fighting is going on for that second place. Currently held by Weep, followed by Alfonso, then Stormy. Jimmy not too far behind, and then Cheese, Shady, Boer, and Fludes. Eggbot managing to make it round that corner without a massive hit this time. Through the triangles, Stormy's been quite good on this section so far. Once again pretty good, but I think the contact with Alfonso was a slight slowdown. And then it's Cheese, Jimmy, Shady, Boer all close together. So on to lap 14. Yeah, it would be nice to have, say, 2 leaderboards you can switch between at the end, or some kind of pop-up you could have that shows the fastest lap of all of them. It would be interesting to see. Then maybe you could even implement local records. Don't know if it would have like fastest from everyone because of the way the tracks can be edited and everything, but some kind of like local world record or PB system would be quite cool. Maybe, like I say, maybe someone can suggest it in the game server or the dev server. Would be quite interesting. Especially for something like this, if we're keeping the tracks near enough the same or exactly the same every season, it'd be interesting to see what the fastest laps are and who is like a record holder. We could have records for every track. Could be quite an interesting thing to include, but who knows. So heading towards the final lap, Superboss is leading, Alfonso is in second, and they've broken away quite a bit as it seems Stormy and Weep have had some trouble. And now have Cheese and Shady joining the battle, Jimmy, Boer and Moo, and Fluge just behind as well, so this could be quite the interesting final lap here. Superboss and Alfonso really pulling away from the pack. Jimmy still holding that fastest lap. So going on to the final lap, it is Shady in third, Cheese in fourth, Stormy in fifth, Weep in sixth, Jimmy seventh, Boer eighth, both side by side here, then Moo followed by Fludes and Sage. And Alfonso, yes. Just as I said, Alfonso does take the fastest lap, so Alfonso putting in some work on these final few laps, up into second and taking the fastest lap. Very strong showing late into this race. And for those following the team leaderboard, again in the Discord, this will probably be quite big for the green slushies. Flues with a rough hit there. Moo and Sage are going to come through. So Flues dropping a couple of positions. Sixth still not bad. Need any points I can get. Hey, we haven't crossed the line yet. Anything can still happen. But yes, points are points. Through the dome section for the final time. Alfonso gaining on Superboss. Superboss almost stalling a bit there against the wall. Fortunately, is going to block Alfonso. I say fortunately for Superboss. We're coming across the line. Superboss will take the win. Alfonso second and currently with the fastest lap. Cheese is going to come round in third, Shady in fourth, and Stormy, after such a great performance through the majority of the race, is going to come through in fifth. Weep in sixth, Boer in seventh, just in front of Jimmy in eighth. As they're having trouble on the dome there. Sage coming through to take ninth, Fludes 10th, Moo 11th. Eggbot in 12th. Then Azur 13th, Peskybird 14th, Iceman 15th, Luna 16th, and then it is going to be Demon coming round in 17th. Could not get any positions back. A nightmare of a race all the way through. Peskybird happy it finished. Already expressing from the start that not Peskybird's favourite track, and we can see why right there. 14th place finish. Not amazing for the points. but it's not last. That's the plus. And the DNF prediction. Yes, let's go to the DNF prediction. First though, Superboss will go to the marble, winning marble cam. Congratulations to Superboss. Claps in the chat, well done. A great race, very close down to the end. Of course, it was quite a strong performance by Stormy, but starting to drop off in the final few laps as things heated up a bit. And Superboss just hanging in there for the win. So congratulations there on that win. Now the DNF predictions, it was 0 DNFs. So let's choose outcome. It looks like a majority actually guessed that, so we have 3 winners on the 0 to 2. So congratulations also to those that got the prediction right. You can feel happy within yourselves with that prediction, even if the race didn't quite go your way. But now I'm going to go and put these results over on the leaderboard, and I'll be back in just a minute with the updated standings. Alright, the results have been entered, and let's head over to the standings. So again, a win from Superboss, a fastest lap from Alfonso in second. And with some of the higher positioned racers in the season scoring not too well in this race, it has pulled the leaderboard or the standings closer together. So even more of a chance and making every point matter even more going forward. But Pesky Bird is still leading with 198 points. Demon in second with 191. Moo in third, tied with Alfonso now on 180 points. Falude's in fifth with 165. Superboss in sixth with 157. Stormy in seventh with 144. Cheese in eighth with 142. Eggbot in ninth with 140. Shady in 10th with 138. And then below that we have Sage, Boer, Jimmy, Luna, Azur, Iceman and Weep. Just look at how close those points are. There is not much in it at all. We're seeing a lot of 1 or 2 point differences there. So it's really coming down to the wire, everyone grouping back up again early on. So still lots to play for. Literally went from P10 to P16 in one race. That's how it's going to be with the points being this close together again. Small amounts of points are going to make big moves in the standings. So going into this next race, every position is going to count. And this next race is a new track to the series. Rooftop Racetrack. Rooftop Racetrack. So yeah, for those on Twitch, we do have another race coming as always. For those on YouTube, that's going to do it for this one. Make sure you head over to the Twitch if you want to watch these live. You'll also be able to see them ahead of when they go up on YouTube. The YouTube videos always go up at least a week after, just because of schedule and stuff. So if you want to watch them as soon as you can and see what's going on, see the results, then definitely head over to the Twitch. And also check out the Discord. You can sign up to the races there. But for those on YouTube, that is going to do it for this one. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one.